This channel is about bringing stories that have hidden for so long in the darkness out into the light, empowering and educating through new media. We're both recording.
Great.
Just in case, yeah, you've got a little red symbol now next to you, so you're recording.
Is this enough light or not?
Say that again?
Is this enough light or not?
Yeah, there's a really strong blue light that's kind of...
Okay, let me fix that.
That's the only thing. It's reflecting on that cabinet behind you.
Okay, 1 second. Morning, by the way.
Morning. What time is it there?
10 to 1 in the morning.
Oh, thank you for doing this.
All right.
Just for the voice of reason, people are absolutely...
Imagine that. Imagine 2020 being that mad that Robbie Williams is the voice of reason. That's fucking mental.
You are. The interview you did with Chris, I just thought people are so desperate to hear this. And yeah, they want to talk about Pizzagate because it was trendy yesterday. They want to talk about Q. Do you know what? I'm not in the Q club, okay? But when you mention it, they go, welcome, Anna. And they're so grateful, even though I am, trying to debunk it. Well, I'm trying to debunk it. I'm trying to find some answers here that it may be some nefarious propaganda machine being used by the Trump administration, but at least talk about it. Yeah, there's no shame in having a conversation about it. So,
well, I'm an interested bystander, and I've got no saber to rattle. My only saber is when oh shit. How do I open the how do I make it big again? It's gone from big to small balls. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, really sorry.
Don't apologize, it's fine. Are you still there?
Yeah.
I really do need to let you record again though.
Okay. Okay, it's recording. Okay.
You're recording, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready to just go for it, yeah?
Let's go for it.
Okay. It's the 10th of June 2020. I am talking to Robbie Williams. He's in LA. I'm near Cardiff, not far from Barry. We had a little chat last night. I haven't had a lot. What time's it here? Nearly 9 a.m. What time is it there with you, Robbie?
Nearly 1 a.m.
Thank you for doing this. I watched your interview with Chris, and I was shaking because you were vocalizing and saying what so many people need to hear at the moment. They're in a state of confusion. We're going to be talking about quite a few things. I just need to know really why you did that interview with Chris. I thought it was beautiful, the way that you used, he's a relatively small YouTuber, isn't he? He doesn't have a massive following. And even after that interview, he said, do you actually want me to publish this, Robbie? Because he said he wasn't going to, even though obviously he's had a massive impact on his channel. You said you chose him because of his compassion and empathy. I really recommend people go and have a listen to that interview.
Well, I'll tell you how it came about. I was watching something on the TV, and then as I sometimes do, I go over to Twitter to see how Twitter's responding to it. And this particular instance on Twitter, there was this vitriolic hate towards this person on the TV. And I thought to myself, there's no compassion and there's no empathy with the pitchforks that the village folk are raising towards this particular person. And then I found this guy that did have empathy and compassion to him. And I won't mention who it was or what it was about. It's irrelevant. But when I saw this guy being compassionate about this person, I thought to myself, if you see compassion, it should be lauded and applauded. So I just sent him a DM saying, mate, I loved your take on this incident and what you said. And I think more than ever in 2020, your voice and your compassion is needed. And then he hit me back up, and then he asked me to come and speak to him. And I agreed to do it. I'd have to say it was a happy accident, really. you know, and the more I think about it, the more I think I've opened a door. You know, I've opened a door. I'm now here talking to you, and I have to question my motives and question what is in it for me as a human. I don't mean monetary. I don't mean extra fame. I just mean, is this subject matter something that I should actually be talking about? And for some reason, I am compelled towards doing another interview talking about this subject matter. And as I'm talking, I'm trying to figure out why I'm here, you know.
Is it for me or us, I always say? Is it for the...
Well, I'm a student of all the fringe stuff that is going on, all the voices and all the noise. Well, it's not fringe anymore. No, especially in the last few days, it's just been absolutely mind blowing. But I suppose, when I see celebrities getting attacked and I see this conspiratorial stuff leveled against people like myself, and then people come over to my comment section to find me to say that, you know, you're in on this hideous, the most heinous plot you could ever imagine a human being involved with, and you're being accused of that. As a human, you kind of go, I need to say something. But as a dad and a responsible human being, I think the best tact is to say nothing. But that being said, here I am.
You got kids. I've got children. You've got 4. I've got 3. You know, this is not easy. This really is not easy. Since this whole lockdown started, I've not been sleeping particularly well, and I can see something coming. I feel like there's something's looming. Back in November, I did an interview with Sean Atwood, and I said, what happened in a world without truth and trust? There would be anarchy and chaos. What if, for example, this is what I said last November, there was some kind of bird flu, some kind of pandemic, and the world, we were told to take a vaccine and we didn't take it, and then the human race ceased to exist. I could see... You said
that.
I actually said that in November, as I can see a full destabilization of society. I worked with someone called Alistair Bunkle. He's a Sky News defence correspondent. And I said to him, you know, I think there's going to be looting. And I said that 2-3 months ago. I can feel something's coming.
Well, what? Okay. So you made that prediction. What's the next one?
Well, the civil unrest. Because if you don't trust in the government or the media, we've got it. I could see it coming. You know, the whole toilet roll fiasco over here. I didn't buy toilet roll. About a month before everyone else, I bought UHT milk because I don't think my kids could survive without milk, and paracetamol. And then I watched, and I look around me at everyone reacting too slowly. And that's why I am so incredibly grateful to you for doing this interview, because I think something's coming. I think we're vulnerable now. You know, here in Wales, schools still aren't open. It'll be 3 months before kids go back to school. And I've talked about this before. I've interviewed whistleblowers, but victims and survivors of abuse. A girl called Amy Brimson. Now, her only food every day was a school dinner. She had nothing else to eat. She had a little bowl of cereal in the evening. She was also sexually abused at home. I'm thinking about these kids at home, right, at the moment, who've not been in school for 3 months. The teachers were keeping an eye on them. They were getting something to eat. And there's no debate about this. There's no voice for children. We know money behind a message. So if you've got communications in a PR agency pushing your message to the mainstream media, old media, which I call it, then that voice will get out, but it's not at the moment. So this channel is very much about protecting children, exposing corruption, and holding the media to account. And I've interviewed media whistleblowers, and I really want to talk to you about the media and how they're being attacked at the moment. You've got hashtag scum media trending. There's lots going on, and I'm concerned about the future. So did you not see something like this coming? You know, I've just said, you know, I felt something like this might come in. When you've got a global communication, we can, for the first time ever, we can all communicate. And why we've got these situations where no one even believes the videos that they're watching. You know, we look at that guy, that 75-year-old guy that was pushed over in a protest. And Trump, you alerted me to this last night when we had a chat. he's retweeted that may have been staged in some way, that guy generally wasn't necessarily genuinely injured. Well, we're looking at stuff and not even believing it.
Yeah,
and it's Trump. It's retweeting so-called conspiracy theories.
But the question was, did I feel it come in? Well, I have been an interested bystander, like I say, watching something that has felt fringe to me, that we mistakenly call conspiratorial. And the word itself, conspiratorial, has been hijacked to mean mental person. And I think that combined, we need to come up with a new word that doesn't have the kind of stigma that conspiratorial or conspiracy has. Have I felt something coming? Well, from standing on the bleachers looking on, I felt something's been coming for a very, very long time. But also at the same time, I have to question my own belief in, is something really coming? Well, something's really here. Something's happening right now. You know, is it the Chinese saying, may you live in interesting times? People say that in China to like have a dig at somebody. We're living in quite possibly the most interesting time on the planet. And right now, the washing machine of lies, disinformation, misunderstandings, half-truths is so pervasive that we are now in a place where our heads have stopped working. I can't believe that in the last 24 hours, you can be on the right side of history, and then when you wake up with your beliefs and your thoughts, you can be on the wrong side of history. And I'm not talking about the Black Lives Matter stuff. I'm just talking about absolutely everything. The sands are shifting so quickly, and what you think is the real version of events gets changed so quickly that there is no way of understanding or trusting even your own narrative and your own thoughts.
Well, last week it was Dominic Cummings over here, then it's George Floyd, and now it's something else. You're trusting your own thoughts. You said something in that Chris Thrall interview, and I've got a clip of it, where you said you're able to see yourself from outside. You know, are you just lost in your own echo chamber, in your own reality?
We're all lost in our own echo chamber and our own reality. But I have the benefit of being behind the veil that a lot of people are accusing of being up to some very nefarious stuff. Now, I share the same interests as those people. And I suppose that when I went on Chris Thrall's YouTube channel, I was basically saying we need to have some discernment. And I say we because I consider myself part of. That doesn't mean that I'm here to die on any hill or lead a battle or you know, be self-righteous with my indignation and lead a posse to 10 Downing Street and demand action and demand change. Like I say, in the last 24 hours, the sands have changed so much. How can you possibly know what and what isn't truth? So, you know,
you saying that you are going to lead because you're an influencer and people trust you. They know you. You have a legacy. You haven't just arrived on the scene.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, it's like this might be the last time I talk about it. You know, it's if there are the very, very dark things that people talk about happening, then they won't come for you right now. They'll come for me. You know, right now, if we go down the rabbit hole of this sort of the darkness that is supposedly pervasive and in control of the energy of the planet, you know, I'll be one of the first on the list. You know, you're getting there. Are you not scared?
Am I not scared?
Yeah. You know, you are.
Why do you think I wear? We talk about symbols. You know, why do I wear this? It's a symbol of sacrifice and selflessness. You know, I have to do this. I don't know. You're not in this world for very long. I don't know. I know that every single day, though, I have responsibility. I went into journalism because I wanted to make a difference. You know, it's an incredibly responsible position to have, that influence that you have working for, say, the BBC or ITV. When you are communicating to the public what's really happening in the world, the information that they get, they base their decisions on, who they vote for. You know, I wanted to make a difference. I couldn't do that in the BBC. Trust levels have eroded. As an interview with a YouGov data journalist called Conor Ibbotson, back in 2003, trust levels at the BBC, they asked the public, would you trust a BBC journalist to tell the truth? It was 80% said yes in 2003. 50% now. Why would I want to work for an organization that people don't trust?
Yeah, I totally get it. From my side, you know, here's my sort of like mental dilemma. There is someone on my shoulder going, you should say and do something, you know, you should say and do something. And then 18 months later, I'm glad I didn't, because the thing that I thought, I now no longer think. But I've also got this thing on my shoulder saying, you do have a voice, you can use your platform. And on the other shoulder, it's going, yeah, but you're going to get battered for having a voice, having a platform, having an opinion. And also, you're not strong enough. And also, you're too sensitive. I can't take the anger and the aggression and the negativity that is attached to this kind of thing. I can't even take the negativity, and I'm too sensitive even when an album comes out and a song comes out, let alone talking about something that is so emotive and that is causing such fever around the world that it's actually becoming a religion now, where people would rather believe than know, you know. So I've got all of that going around, and then I just think, you know, shut up, just sing your songs.
You've got courage, Robbie. You have got courage. You said you're sensitive, and I know you said in that interview you're constantly looking for any comment that there's negative about you. You didn't say it quite like that.
Yeah. That validates the negative noise in my head. Also, you know, what comes of this and what comes of this interview? What's the end game? I've always thought that if I do say something and do something and become involved, then I should have an end game. Currently, at the minute, I'm sat on my sofa twiddling my thumbs, wondering what the fuck's going on with the world. So, you know, I've kind of put the horse before the cart again by sticking my head above the parapet and going, hey, I think things are happening, you know.
In that interview, you don't talk to your wife about it. But if this consumes you, how can you not talk to her about it?
I do. You know, there are many things that I talk to my wife about, my wife about. And there are many things that I don't, you know. I don't have a secret life. It's just that I think the relationship between a man and a woman, in my case, with me and my wife, it's just what it is. You know, she has her thoughts and her beliefs and the places that she goes in her head that should be her dominion, that she should own those. That's the right of being a human being. You know, I go to these places on the internet to find out stuff about stuff. I think that if I said entertain myself, that would sound too trite and it wouldn't be true. But I'm constantly updating the data in my head to try and understand the narrative of what's happening. The reason I don't talk to my wife about it is because I'm sensitive, but she's way more sensitive than me. If we need to round the troops and posse up, she'll be my right-hand man or woman or whatever, you know. But for now, she doesn't need to know. When there is something that is so oh my God, and your chin hits the floor, look at this, I will show her. But she's also an excellent barometer for me, because I can run away with this religion too. You know, I can run away with thoughts and theories and beliefs. And I can then turn my computer and go, I'm looking at this. What do you think? She's smarter than me. So she can go A, B, and C. And I go, oh yeah, I'll carry on looking. But that's the reason I don't talk to my wife about it, is this is, it's not something that should darken her thoughts. You know, I've got
You don't
this.
feel in a better place. I mean, I look at photographs of me from 4 years ago and I look different. I've got a different look on my face, a different smile, until I got involved in seeing and hearing these things that, you know, I've been very involved in the situation here with, you know, paedophiles in Parliament, the Westminster paedophile ring, how the independent inquiry into child sexual abuse, the Westminster hearings, no journalist was sitting there listening to these senior police officers testify on oath that they had to cover up for individuals, VIPs and politicians abusing young boys. The media weren't there, and I have had to live through that, and it has changed me. And you've seen.
Okay, so what is your thoughts? What is your theory on why that is so?
Please go over to part 2 of my interview with Robbie Williams to find out more. And if you would like to support this channel, please go here.